Welcome to another episode of The Tate Show. The world's basically The Tate Show at the moment, isn't it? It's kind of like The Truman Show, but I'm in the middle of it. I would say that it's, can't call it exciting. What would I call it? I don't really feel pressure. That's not who I am. It certainly has me focused. Let's leave it at that. So the reason I'm making this video is to clarify as much as I can, bound within the parameters which are obviously set to me by the Romanian judicial system. Please, everybody understand I am in the middle of a judicial process. Post-judicial process, there's a lot more I'll be able to say. So I have to say certain things without saying them, and I hope all of you at home are perspicacious enough to pay attention and understand exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to outline the exact case against me so everybody understands, because there's been some videos going around lately. There's also been a brand new Matrix attack, which I'm going to explain how that works, which have people believing I might be guilty of something that I'm not guilty of. So I want to explain to everybody at home exactly what is happening. First, we're going to start with the fact that Tucker Carlson is a fantastic guy, on camera, off camera, absolute gentleman. I really enjoyed my conversation with him. And my interview with Tucker Carlson is the most viewed television interview in history. Isn't that amazing? The most viewed television interview in history. Now, I've discussed at length in many of my videos the fact that my massive influence is the reason I'm being attacked at all. And I've explained that the incompetence of my enemies scares me because I don't know what they're going to try next. And I've also explained that it is my influence they're afraid of, not the things I say. And then I go and get the most viewed interview in history. So part of me is happy about that, and part of me is a little bit worried about that. Beside the point, when I said that I wasn't sure what my enemy was going to try next, now we know what they're going to try. Because if you believe that left-wing are all Matrix agents, and right-wing are all freedom tellers and freedom believers, then you have a very naive view of the world. If it was so clear-cut, the Matrix wouldn't be able to operate. It would fail in real time. So the waters have to be muddied. There are people on the left who truly believe they're fighting for freedom. And there are people on the right who truly work for the Matrix. So it is intertwined. A lot of people on the right especially are bought and sold. And I think anybody with a brain who actually looks at the Republicans and tries to vote for any of them understands what I'm saying to you. So MSM, in its constant attacks against me and its attempt to slander my name, has failed in real time. I'd actually believe I've probably been the #1 person who's destroyed MSM most fantastically. I've beaten them. They can't print anything about me without getting wrecked in the comments. Last time my team analyzed, it was 98.2% of comments on every single MSM article was in my favor. So no matter how hard they try and insult me, it doesn't work. So after getting the largest interview in the history of the world, the Matrix thought, okay, our MSM weapon isn't using, let's get all of our bought and paid for agents and attack him with them. Right-wing people. Because then maybe that will work. All they're doing is exposing themselves as controlled op. I'll leave them to do that. However, there is a video circulating which has some people believing I may be guilty of the crimes I'm accused of, so for that reason, within the confines of what I'm allowed to say, and trust me, I could be far more convincing if I didn't have confines, I'm going to do my very best to explain to you my exact situation and what I am accused of. Firstly, it is common knowledge that I used to run a webcam company. This is something I have talked about myself at length on multiple podcasts. Everybody knows I used to do this. This is a business I was involved in about 10 years ago, and I ceased all activity pertaining to anything sexually related 5.5 years ago. So I've been out of this industry for a very long time. I have nothing to do with it anymore, and I stopped 5.5 years ago. And when I did have the webcam company, it was operating in a few different countries because I was semi-nomadic, traveling around the world. I had some girls who I worked with, some good friends of mine, and operated in a few different places. I want to start by saying that there are over 2,000 video chat companies inside of Romania, that there are over 600 of them in Bucharest, in the city I'm sitting in right now, that it is not illegal. Perhaps you could argue that it is heavily immoral. I'll entertain that argument. But you certainly cannot say it is illegal, because it isn't. Every girl in Miami has an OnlyFans. In fact, I think it's Canada and USA that has the most online video chat girls. So these Americans who are coming at me saying, you did pornography, America's full of porn stars. LA's full of porn stars. Like, all of this stuff is immoral, yes, but illegal, no. You literally have people having sex on camera, for real, with each other. And that's all accepted and perfectly legal. So a girl sitting there with a keyboard telling a guy, yeah, you're so hot, isn't illegal either. What they're saying, though, is that I use the lover boy method. And I want to make it clear that when these charges appeared, every single girl who ever worked for me all those years ago, when I had this video chat company, has been contacted by authorities, and every single one of them defended me.
He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies.
I just want to put out there that everything you're seeing on the news right now is all false accusations. As for someone who knows him personally, I can confidently say that he's such a nice man. He's very generous. He's always been respectful of me and others around him. Like, I've witnessed him in situations surrounded by women, men, children, families, and he's always respected everyone. Always very nice to people, very generous, so kind. I think the media is just portraying a really bad image of him right now, and it's not fair because he actually generally is a really good person.
All 100% of them, not a single one of them has made a complaint against me. Not a single one of them has complained about the way they were treated. Not a single one of them has complained about the way they were recruited or the work they did. In fact, every single one who has been contacted by authorities, and trust me, they've all been found, has written statements in my defense. Nobody is complaining about it. The criminal charges against me pertain to an organized criminal group which began in 2021. Considering that the videos that people are circulating and the webcam company that they were related to was all back in 2016, 2017, they have nothing at all to do with the criminal file. They're not in the criminal file. They're not translated to be in the criminal file. They have nothing at all to do with the case. I can't talk too much about the case against me, but what I can tell you is the rough outlines. In April of last year, 2 international visitors came here. They had a nice time, went to parties, asked for some money to go shopping. They were denied. They then said they were kidnapped. CCTV proved that that was a lie. After that happened, DCAUT had an open criminal file against us and decided to thoroughly investigate. I cannot explain why it took so long. I cannot explain why the case file remained dormant for such a long time. For some reason, around the time of my cancellation, which is certainly a coincidence, they decided to pick up this idea and find proof that I do use the lover boy method to convince girls to do sexual work. They contacted every single girl who knows me. All girls denied this and defended me. So they then found 2 girls in which I was telling them how to make themselves famous on TikTok, what hours to work, how many videos to make, etc. They told these 2 girls they are victims and they're being exploited for money. The girls themselves said, we are not victims. This is insane. Andrew, we've never given Andrew any money.
I've never seen any of them being aggressive or rude. They've always respected people.
Ai fost amenințată?
Nu, n-am fost niciodată. Dacă eram amenințată, automat nu mai eram idiotă să stau în casa asta. Suntem prieteni buni de 2 ani de zile, cam așa. Poți să mă treci pe mine ca și victimă, dacă eu n-am spus că sunt o victimă.
The girls denied this. They used this to throw us in jail. They then activated the media machine in an attempt to find what they wanted, which were girls who we've exploited. They put us all over the news in every single country in the world. They put us on billboards. They put us all over the internet. They set up hotlines. They put all us over the BBC, all over the MSN, saying, if Andrew's ever hurt you, call this number, because they didn't have a case and they're waiting for someone to come forward and give them what they wanted. Nobody came forward. There is nobody. I've done nothing wrong. At the absolute limit of the time they could wait for their golden goose to come forward, 6 months to hold me under detainment, 48 hours before that expired, they filed charges with what they had. And they currently have the following case against me. 2 girls who said they were kidnapped on CCTV walking in and out of the house of their own free will, who were in Romania for a few days and then went to party and stuff in France. And 2 girls who made TikTok videos who said they're not victims of anything, we've never given Andrew any money. And they're trying to say that I made those girls do TikTok for massive financial gain, which is why I should lose all of my assets and all of my wealth in the world. That is the criminal case against me. It has nothing to do with the old webcam business I had. It has nothing to do with videos I made before. It has nothing to do with any of it. Now, as an ultimately accountable individual, do I understand why those videos may make authorities believe that if they hit me with the largest level of matrix attack, they're going to find what they want? I'm pretty honest and pretty reasonable for me to sit here and go, well, I understand why they thought if they put me in jail in the middle of the news, they might find something. But they didn't, because it doesn't exist. I don't hurt anybody. And everybody in my past loves me and likes me because I'm a very nice man. So, That explains that. Anybody who pulls up any video from before 2021 is not related to the case, because the case is in 2021. Me and my brother formed an organized criminal group with the intention of making girls do TikTok for our own financial gain. The only two victims are the two girls who say they are not victims. The two girls who were kidnapped were supposed to be victims but escaped the kidnapping. There's no finances in the file. Nobody can find a single proof of any money that was made. That's the current criminal investigation, and we are now waiting for a Romanian judge to analyze the file and decide whether we are guilty of this crime or not.
I trust in them to do exactly that and to be fair. And then after that, there's going to be another conversation as to whether women can go around and accuse 7, 8, 9, 10 people of kidnapping on repeat whenever they don't get the handbag they want. And if there's going to be any consequences to that. And we'll see.
So this all began with a girl accusing us of kidnapping her, a girl we have the CCTV to prove was never kidnapped. Isn't it interesting that she's accused 7 other men of kidnapping her in her life? The damage to my reputation, to my company, to my life, I've spent time in jail, is basically incalculable because I'm an extremely high net worth individual. Billions, perhaps. But I'm not the person who lost the most. If you want to talk about her as a predator who's accused 7 men of kidnapping her every time they won't buy her a handbag. One of those men killed himself. It's public record, look it up. The pressure was so large he killed himself. Not everybody is like my brother and I, where they can throw us in a Romanian dungeon with the cockroaches knowing we're completely innocent and will remain iron-minded. Not everybody can deal with that kind of pressure when they know they've done nothing wrong. A man killed himself, and she continues to accuse people of kidnapping or rape when she doesn't get what she wants. That'd be a far more interesting story to look into if the MSM and these right-wingers actually cared about the truth.
God has put us on this path to try and awaken the world to perhaps the predatory crime this girl likes to indulge in. And in the end, justice shall be served. So all in all, we're very positive.
I believe in truth, I believe in justice, and I believe in the Romanian judicial system. And I believe in the end, truth will prevail and justice will be served. Anybody who puts together any edit of any video that is older than 2021 doesn't understand, has nothing at all to do with the criminal case. And anybody now on the right who's attacking me in perfect sync overnight with all these other accounts is simply a matrix agent which has been activated by the people in charge who understand that their primary weapon, the MSM, is no longer working. It's bouncing off of me because people love truth and they love honesty. I hope this has given you all some clarification. I understand there are accounts on the internet who keep pulling up these files they found and these conversations they found and all these garbage papers, etc. I actually don't want to talk about this case because I'm not allowed. It's very hard for me to talk about it. But when all of this concludes, in due time, I'd be very interested in having your attention to sit and do a long format video to explain to you exactly how this matrix attack happened from head to toe, explaining every single detail of it, and you'll just understand exactly how innocent I am. If I was truly guilty of doing these things, I would still be in jail. And I'm at home. And soon I will be free. So, I hope that's some clarification. If you are not satisfied with the answer I've given you, you're unfortunately going to have to wait to the end of the trial. But I would say, for anybody with a brain who understands what I'm saying, we all understand how dates work. I'd like to think everybody at home understands a calendar. Considering that my case is pertaining to 2021 and onwards, anything before 2021 has nothing to do with it. Hope you can work that one out. And I also think that everybody at home with a brain who understands that when 15 to 20 right-wingers are activated overnight with the same message, instantly told to attack somebody who just managed to achieve the largest interview in television history, that tells you a lot more about who they are than who I am.